Wolf? You're a one-of-a-kind prototype, right?
Correct. I was originally conceived as a weapon to replace humans and cyborgs. Conversation and intelligent decision-making were deemed essential to the role. The project was eventually cancelled after 3 years in development.
Why?
I have intelligence, but I lack a specific quality essential to any combatant.
What's that?
Brutality. I am not human, thus, I lack the brutality inherent to humanity. I was shut down, then revived, apparently on Sundowner's orders.
Sundowner? But what's he want with you?
Unknown. A manifestation of his sense of humor, perhaps. As a machine, I am more sensitive to my fellow man than an actual fellow man. This amused him.
Guy has an odd sense of humor. There's a boy down here? Are you sure?
An AI never lies.
What? Well, that's a lie right there. You think the Patriot AIs told nothing but the truth?
I have yet to see evidence to the contrary. But, indeed, perhaps never lies would be an overstatement.
Way to backpedal. I didn't think AIs ever got flip-floppy like that.
An optical neural AI is fundamentally similar to an actual human brain. Whether they lie or not is another question, but certainly they are capable of incorrect statements.
Anyway, let's get back to the kid. Where is he?
Unknown. He ran when he saw me. I intended no harm, but he must have assumed the worst. I opted not to pursue, as that might only confirm his suspicions.
What'd he look like?
An Indian child. Estimated age, 11 years. He appeared to be wearing medical scrubs.
Human trafficking.
The boy fled in your direction. It would be wise to search for him. One can logically assume he would have information pertinent to our mission.
Yeah, no shit. Let me ask you something. What do you think you're doing here? I mean, why are you working with me?
Because I choose to. I owe a debt, and I wish to repay it.
A debt, huh? How human of you.
I contest that statement. Many humans possess little or no sense of obligation at all. And many are entirely willing to trample their fellow man for personal gain.
I know. But is that it? I mean, you're willing to follow me, put yourself at risk just because of that? What do you think of what I'm doing here, for example?
A delicate question. I do find it difficult to rationalize your mission to rescue the children. If you wish to save children in need, there are hundreds of millions of others equally in need.
Thanks for the support.
However, we must still uncover the full extent of Desperado's activities. And as such, it is meaningless to debate best practices without sufficient information.
All right, then. No more questions, Your Honor. So, you were under Mistral's command all this time?
I originally took orders from Sundowner, but not for long. As a novelty, I did not last. Mistral saw more potential in me.
What'd she see?
Unknown. However, she apparently enjoys the company of dogs. She demanded 100% obedience. As long as it was given, she treated me well.
She was looking for companionship?
That I cannot say. I still have relatively little communication experience with humans. My ability to read emotions not explicitly expressed by speech is lacking. You have entered the lab?
Yeah. You're falling behind, Wolf.
My apologies.
It's fine. Just get here as soon as you can.
I have failed in my duties as a scout. There is no excuse. This has never happened to me before.
I said it's fine, Wolf. It's no big deal. Just get here ASAP, okay?
Thank you. I shall redeem myself. I swear that to you.
Okay. You ever see the guy in the suit before?
I am sorry. No.
Nothing in your database?
I have no database, Raiden. The symbol grounding capabilities of my Neuro AI allow me to identify faces in only the vaguest of terms. I can judge whether I think I may have seen him before, but I do not have the accuracy of a database.
Well, that's ridiculous. You're an AI.
An AI modeled after the human brain, and thus as flexible and occasionally vague as any humans. Of this man, however, I have no recollection. I do not believe I have encountered him before. Most likely.
Oh, man.
George is missing.
Yeah. I should have had you stay back and watch him.
I should have been more cautious as well.
Listen, you should head back to the sewer and help out with the search. I'm gonna keep moving.
Understood. Desperado's backer has been identified. What will you do now, Raiden? Will you attempt to destroy World Marshal?
Kevin's right. It's not that simple.
Both a direct attack and a legal approach present problems. Either course will likely lead to additional conflict.
We can figure it out later. For now, we're getting those kids out.
That remains your intent? I cannot fully agree with that course of action, but I will support your decision. I will continue to scout ahead.
Any luck finding George?
No. I encountered the Maverick agents sent for him, but they had no additional information. You had best hurry, Raiden.
Right. Wolf, I'll handle the police. You're on scout duty again.
Affirmative. Exercise caution. They may be private police, but their specs are military grade. Your earlier actions were reckless, Raiden. Not to mention the damage to a perfectly good car.
I knew the risks when I decided to go through with this. Besides, the car was mine. Maverick sold it to me. It's not meant for private use. It was made for ops like this.
Regardless, your approach has proven most antagonistic. You are now a criminal, a public enemy, a police-killing vigilante. Even if your actions reveal World Marshal's designs, you will be unable to avoid legal punishment.
Probably not. But that's a price I'll have to pay. I gotta stop that VR program and get those kids back. I sealed my fate the second I attacked George.
But George is not dead. In fact, he has obtained an even more versatile body than his previous one.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about me. I was a child soldier in Liberia, like Miss Trawl said. I was a mentally deranged child. People feared me, called me Jack the Ripper.
A result of the so-called Sears program.
I thought I'd left it all in the past. But just like that, Jack came roaring back.
This is why you are so driven to terminate the VR training? I understand. I will continue to cooperate.
Copy that.
I am setting goal markers on your Soliton radar. Use them to follow me through this area.
Good boy.
I will ignore the condescension and take that as a compliment. You are welcome.
So, how much do you know about how Desperados operated?
I was at the lowest possible tier of information disclosure, beneath standard contractors. As it was explained to me, contractors need at least some information divulged to them. I did not. As a machine, I had no contract and no rights. I was kept in the dark. My knowledge is no deeper than what is already generally known throughout the industry.
Couldn't you hack into their network or something? You're an AI.
Perhaps, if I had free access to a computer. Also, hands. Those are necessary to operate a keyboard.
Yeah, but you are a computer.
It is not so simple. There are protocol issues. Neuro AIs are far closer in structure to the human brain than standard von Neumann architecture computers.
Well, I would have tried anyway. Did you have contact with anyone besides Miss Trawl?
I engaged in tandem field operations with Sam on several occasions. However, he was even more difficult for me to comprehend than Mistral.
I bet. So you said it took 3 years to learn how to speak, right? Given enough time, could any AI be taught that too?
I cannot assert that. A neuro-AI is only capable of learning new things, not growing and replenishing its own cells. Thus, each neuro-AI is equipped with a predetermined capacity that cannot be altered. My AI contains 90 billion neurons, more than a human being. A normal LQ-84 model possesses only 1.6 billion.
That's a big difference.
Relatively, yes. I doubt any amount of learning period would enable an LQ-84 to speak. It would be similar to attempting to teach a dog how to converse. A combination of appropriate instruction and an ample neuron count are required to accomplish the feat.
So if someone else made a neuro-AI with the same capacity or more...
Other AIs as conversant as I are a possibility, yes. Robotic pets with neuro-AIs are already on the market. And I understand research and development are underway to create a model capable of conversation. Do not be surprised if such a pet becomes available before too long.
If that becomes commonplace, hard to imagine.
Is it? The human race has willingly embraced all of its other inventions so far. Steam engines, electricity, the internet, cyborgs. Perhaps the day will come when conversing with AIs, too, is considered perfectly normal.
Maybe. As normal as being a cyborg is now, at least.
The most significant challenge would be in crafting the appropriate training regimen. The only way to establish an effective learning system is through sheer trial and error. And it will take even more time to virtualize and optimize that system for mass production. One could say my own existence is due in no small part to simple luck. Of course, I was a failure as a weapon as well.
Failure or not, you're better off than an AI that knows nothing but how to fight.
I am pleased to hear you say that.
Really, Raiden? Ripping off people's clothes?
For all his achievements, man is still capable of such depravity. Still driven by such cruel impulses.
Wolf,
I know it is your instinct to test the limits. Still, I find it pitiful.
Wolf, the elevator's offline.
Surely you realize how to proceed. You are familiar with Newton's law of universal gravitation? Count the wire, and the car will fall.
This must be the railroad.
It would appear so, likely part of Denver's old system. This city was a major transport hub in the early years of freight trains. This particular line appears to have been abandoned some time ago. It was originally constructed to transport supplies to an underground factory. But now, it seems even the electrical system is no longer functioning.
Yeah, it's pitch black in here.
As a cyborg, I trust this is not a serious concern.
So now what? I can't see a thing.
You are a cyborg, are you not? You possess low light and infrared viewing ability.
Right. Time for enhanced AR.
Raiden, it would appear your only way forward is to return to the surface. You will exit into an evacuated commercial district. Security is heavy, but you need not worry about collateral damage when engaging the enemy.
About time. Finally, I can cut loose.
Proceed to the right from the exit. You will find a stairway on your right. Those stairs lead to a shortcut to World Marshal Headquarters. Do not be distracted by the advertisements. You are not here as a tourist.
Sure. I'll just buy a quick souvenir or two for Rose, and that'll be it.
Raiden, we must hurry.
Remind me to teach you about sarcasm sometime.
I understand your attempts at humor. I simply do not find them entertaining. The stalked MQ-84 Fenrir, unable to speak. A real dog has a far greater intellect. Raiden, you appear to be suffering significant mental and emotional confusion. On the surface, you believe your cause for killing cyborgs is just. But deep inside, some part of you does not accept it. Some part of you does not truly believe in your sword of justice. It has lowered your effectiveness in the field.
I know. But if I just throw all that away, I'll...
Do you wish to abort the mission?
No. I'm the only hope those kids have got.
You have an important decision to make, Raiden. And soon. For now, it would be best if you avoided combat altogether.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right.
Raiden, this is most irregular.
Humans are irregular, Wolf. You should know that by now. Anyway, no time for chit-chat. I need you to scout out that building.
Understood. Raiden, do you know where the brain units are?
Not exactly. Somewhere in this building. If we can find a server, I'll ask Doc to hack in and find out.
Understood. But perhaps I could be of assistance as well. I am a military UG in most respects. I share the same network protocols as other UGs. Should we locate the UG mission data input line, it could lead us to the main server.
Not a bad idea. But wait, if you could do that all along, why'd I have to hack into that tripod back in Mexico?
I apologize. The idea did not occur to me in that situation. However, it is likely the security there would have prevented outside UGs from accessing the network.
Wolf, what's your position?
My apologies. I appear to be lagging behind once again.
It's fine. We couldn't have hacked that elevator without you.
Indeed. Your gratitude is appreciated. I am headed your way now. There is no need to wait for me. Continue with your mission.
Got it. Can you tell me more about the learning program you mentioned before? Like, how'd you learn to speak?
Through an extensive battery of conversations with the researchers who doubled as my instructors. To acquire literacy, I was provided a steady stream of website text and ebooks. I understand it was largely similar to the process through which a human child learns language.
Huh. You're pretty well spoken for a 3-year-old.
For the first year, I was effectively an infant. Rapid progress occurred only after I received text reading capability. With digital data, there is no need to read text one letter at a time. I am capable of processing plain text at a speed of 60 megabytes per minute.
And that's pretty fast?
Yes. It is not simply a matter of text search. Advanced cognitive reasoning is required to truly understand the intent behind the words.
What did you talk with your teachers about?
Miscellaneous matters, breakfast table greetings, the structure of elementary particles, the challenges resulting from rapid globalization, recent trends in popular music. However, as DARPA-funded military research, I was rarely treated as anything more than equipment.
Makes sense. You were made to be a weapon.
On the other hand, some of them treated me like a pet or as a child. Just as a parent passes on their memes to a child, so I was exposed to numerous influences. Memes I encountered on the web and through ebooks had their effects as well. As my mind grew, the weaker memes were sifted out, and the stronger ones endured. The resulting collection of memes is what you would call my intelligence.
Same as any of us, huh?
In a way, yes. However, I lack the instinctual skills your genes grant you. I am a slave to my memes. Thus, as my intelligence matured, I began to have doubts about my role as a weapon.
And that's what ended the project. What about the researchers that raised you?
Unknown. Most likely transferred to other projects.
Ever feel like you want to see them again?
Sometimes, yes. But one cannot remain a student forever. There comes a time one must become an individual. One must find their own place in this world. Raiden, I have reached the 20th floor. How should I proceed?
I thought you specialized in scouting, Wolf.
My apologies. I performed much better in the city.
It's fine. Check in with Doc. I bet he can help you out.
My apologies, Raiden. I seem to have fallen behind.
No worries. Actually, I should thank you.
What are you talking about?
If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have gotten Jack back.
Then, that is your true nature.
More or less. Still interested?
I find no reason to alter my objectives. From the moment we met, you have acted on emotional urges. You speak of protecting those weaker than you. Such people number in the billions. It is impossible. You cannot save every human being in the world. You cannot save every street child. After extended observation, I have come to a conclusion. Your actions are rooted in affinity for those from similar circumstances as yours.
Huh. Guess so. Not much of a superhero after all, huh?
However, your emotional status is understandable. Perhaps I share this same affinity.
Well, if that's what you feel, then glad to have you along.
Roger. I have reached the Japanese garden. Please continue on your way. Raiden, Sundowner fled from you?
Not exactly, no. My guess is he wanted to make sure we didn't damage the server room. Those brains are pretty valuable merchandise. Cheap bastard.
That is plausible. He takes a very businesslike approach to his work at times. What is his current location?
Can't say. I'll have to go and find out.
I will travel in your direction, but it may take time. This area is full of hostiles. You have engaged Sundowner?
Yeah, and I think I got him covered. Once I finish here, I'll help the crew Doc hired get the brains transported out. You better get ready too.
Get ready? What am I to prepare for?
Come on, Wolf. Use that staggering intellect of yours.
Are you injured, Raiden?
Actually, no. This body's something else. Too bad I can't get back to the chopper, though.
Yes, it is too dangerous for us to approach you. Your pursuers are equipped with anti-air missiles.
Yeah, time to get the hell out of Denver. I'll commandeer a car or something.
You will go to the Solus launch facility, and then to Pakistan.
That's the plan. Shouldn't be too hard, assuming I can shake these cops. Even World Marshal can't sick an entire battalion on me. Not in time, anyway.
Please confirm your motives. Why do you wish to save the President?
It's not like I'm his #1 fan, but if I don't, it'll reignite the war on terror all over again. And that means more blood money to fatten their bottom line. You heard what Sundowner said. Maybe the brains are safe, but if I don't do something...
Raiden, allow me to join you.
You sure you want that? This could get rough.
Yes, I understand it will be a difficult mission. All the more reason for me to assist you.
Well, I could use the help.
I will find a way to exit the helicopter. Proceed out of the city. I will contact you when I am on the ground.
Copy that. Hey, Wolf. Know anyone named Gubayama?
Kubayama? No. Perhaps I have heard it before, but...
Huh. Well, no big deal. Just thought it might ring a bell.
I apologize that I am unable to help.
Nah, forget it.
Unless I am mistaken, Yama is Japanese for mountain.
Huh?
Does that help?
No. The Colonel told me he met Gubayama once. Probably someone's name.
A significant number of sumo wrestlers use the term Yama as part of their ring name. Perhaps this Gubayama is in the sumo business.
Makes sense, sure. I just wish there was some way of knowing what that AI was trying to tell me. Don't suppose you know where Shiboniji is either, huh?
No, Raiden. I don't. Raiden, I have reached the ground.
Copy that. Where are you at?
I am in a part of Denver not under evacuation orders. Doctor reduced altitude enough for me to exit.
Where's he headed?
To Mexico, as planned. No one is pursuing him at the moment. Even if they were, they would not have the clearance to shoot down a civilian craft.
Yeah. Sounds like those MQ-320s were all of them. The military probably only authorized them because World Marshal was under attack.
Correct. And right now, the helicopter poses no threat to human life or property. It is not an authorized military target, and you have already subdued World Marshal's hammerhead.
So Doc just needs to get to Mexico, then he can grab a transport back to Germany. Which leaves me to get to Pakistan, I guess.
We will rendezvous at a later point. For now, you must focus on evacuating your current location. The cyborg police are concentrated at the inner circle of the evacuation zone, but appear to be disorganized. If you exit the evacuation zone, you should be able to find a suitable mode of transport.
That's what I was thinking, yeah. You know where Solis is?
Affirmative. I accessed the information on Doctor's smartphone.
Wait, why not just connect to the net yourself? I mean, you are a computer, right?
Not possible. Protocol issues.
But you said you were fed text from the internet to learn how to read.
I can interpret HTTP, yes, but it is a different physical layer protocol from civilian networks. I am unable to access consumer-level wireless networks, and no one thought to equip me with an Ethernet jack.
Huh.
I will proceed to Solis. We will regroup along the way.
Got it. Riding out.
Raiden, a World Marshal helicopter crashed in this vicinity earlier. It was en route to deliver a cache of cyborg repair materials. Should you locate any conspicuous crates, cut them open. See what is inside.
You sure you want to stay on my side, Wolf? Sam's gonna die here, you know.
I still owe you a debt.
Hey, Wolf. What did you and Sam talk about before we fought?
Nothing of note. He was not one to reveal himself to others.
All right. You don't have to tell me.
Raiden, I do not feel good about this. Do not allow yourself to be caught off guard.
Duly noted. How's it look inside the base?
Firmly in cyborg hands. All human soldiers are either dead or have been brain-jacked.
What are they doing in there?
Patrolling for intruders. In other words, you.
I bet they're nervous. Probably weren't expecting me to be here.
Let us hope so. I doubt they wish to create a large commotion at this point in time. Should things seem awry from the air, or the ATC tower goes offline, Air Force One will most likely opt to land elsewhere.
Well then, what do you say we make a large commotion? I'll fight my way to the tower.
Roger. Continuing with reconnaissance. Raiden. Kill him.